Hello guys, welcome to JDJG Inc official. Anyway guys, we're playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Okay, if that... Alright, you guys are just gonna have to see everything then. Sorry about that. Cask. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find somebody to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Okay. I want to help him any way I can. I just really want to help him. I own that much. It's over. My life, everything is all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Ooh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. Oh, yeah. So, Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I'm not afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's a story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap eating her, Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually a butt. In 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He's a knack of getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault, he just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him. That's why I took the place to clear his name. And that's what I'm gonna do. Oh no. I guess they're 10 o'clock a.m. District Court room number 2. Court is now in the session with the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Well, it's not actually a real trial, it's a fictitious trial. No, I don't want that. Bad. You guys aren't sending me anything at all. Sorry if it's buffering. This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. A little nervous. Your conduct during the trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to determine you're ready in this. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so let's look at this. A few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Here's the name of the defendant in this case, Larry Butts. Defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you. And you'll be fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me the victim's name. I know this one. Glad I read the case report over so many times. No, wait, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, you're absolutely sure you're up to this. I can see it right here anyway. Oh. There you go. Yeah, I know. There you go. You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Just have any time, right? Do it for me, I'm begging you. Miss Wright is the victim in this case. It's Cinder Block. Oh, wait. Darn it. It's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone, correct. Let's go save here. That will be a good idea. Now tell me, what's the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we can proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what this object was? The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Alright. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. If anyone's here who was watching Game Theory, yeah, that's going to be thrown out of the window. If you've watched the Why Phoenix Wright is Guilty case, he was only guilty in Ace Attorney 4 for something. I'm not gonna say what because of spoilers. That evidence is the only ammunition that you got in court and testimonies. Use tab to check the courtroom frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Oh no, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Okay. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumb. She just was taking phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butt, what you describe as generally what we call by being dumped. In fact, she completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned from the overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day she died. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. Okay. This guy is old. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her style. Oh no. Dude, we can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Song was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Miss Larry has a way of running his mouth in all wrong directions, should I? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case. Oof. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog, I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, now when I met her, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Go. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Well, duh, you have to tell the truth in court anyway. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies the matter. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order in the court. Mr. Bain, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Fink Sawat to the stand. Now, this is the actual murderer. Mr. Sawat, you sell newspaper subscription, is this correct? Oh yeah, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawat, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. No. I was going to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must have been in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I called in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to go to the nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 o'clock. 1 p.m. It was 4 p.m. to 5 a.m. The man who ran was without the defendant sitting right over there. We're gonna object to the testimony. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against the testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. That phone that Mr. Sowett used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your visual. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor. Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly are you supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? Wait, he was lying? Client is innocent, right? That means the witness must have lied in his testimony, or your client is really guilty. You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. We are going to... You found the body at 1 p.m. Are you sure? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 o'clock p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sowitz, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 o'clock p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do, point out the contradiction. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Yeah, that's sadly not how it works. Wait, I remember now. What do you care to give your testimony again? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 o'clock p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding. Yeah, can I get through my cross-examination, please? I see you heard a voice saying the time on the taped program. Mr. Wright, you make cross-examine the witness. Right, you know what to do. I got this one. Yeah, we know what to do. Dude, you also heard. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There's a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television. I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. I think I can object with this. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said 3 was blacked out at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or video. Defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sowett? No, I found it quite puzzling myself, quite. Dude, you could just say you had a watch on you at the time. It would have been a lot easier to deal with. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sowetz, the court would have preferred an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sowetz. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. I actually didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. Defense may cross-examine a witness. Why am I supposed to, like... That strikes me as a very suspicious. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon is a statue. How is it supposed to be a clock? You with your objection to your evidence. Who do you think you are? Just answer my question. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may, yes, Mr. Payne, as the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You tilt it and it says the time out loud. It doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see, so the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Tell him, Mr. Wright. It appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with the testimony right now? Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yeah, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly contradiction. Indeed, the witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. He went inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove that you're the one who killed her. He struck with the clock and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sowetz, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice is burned in your mind. That's why you're able to... that's why you're so certain about the time. Why, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to collaborate? Did he strike the victim with a clock? That day, I never... Look at the clock. I heard no... I saw it. Nah. Gah. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I hate you. It's him. I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and should burn. Burn. Give him death. That's... Order. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There's an shred of evidence supporting defense's claim. Mr. Wright, Your Honor. Claim the sound that the witness heard came from a clock. Do you have any evidence? All clock is running on this. I better think carefully. Your Honor, the sound was definitely Scott. Try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock here in the courtroom. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen carefully. That is certainly a way to announce the time. Yeah, well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Frank, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ack! As you see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely discrepancy between what Mr. Sowetz heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sowetz, try to tuck your way out of this one. Ha 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 ha. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what are you talking about? Well, it may seem like the clock was running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you prove that, if you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. That's right, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. It means I can't let you indict the witness, unfortunately. It sends a cross-examination of Mr. Frank Solitz. I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! Your lawyers are all just slime. Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing you can do about it now. Oh, no. Not so fast, Mr. Solitz. I mean, Chief. Listen up. Right, don't follow this away. One away. Don't. Not like this, think. But Chief, it's all over. I can't prove that the clock was slow on the day of the murder. No one can prove that. Well, yes. That doesn't mean that you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was running 3 hours slow and think through it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have the evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him. Well, Mr. Wright, you said the clock was running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found the evidence to support this claim? Of course, there's a piece of evidence in the courtroom. Can I prove my claim beyond a doubt? Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. The victim has just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. All we know that the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 o'clock p.m. here, it's 1 o'clock a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't running 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't set her clock since returning home. That's why the clock time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Swatz, or should I say, Mr. Did It. Ew. Order, and I say. Well, the case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Brady, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen somebody complete a defense so quickly. I find the corporate at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. This time, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Solitz was a common burglar. He posed a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house that day. Then I went to her apartment. The victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Solitz let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her behind lace, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Solitz grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 22:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Phew, I still can't believe we won. Alright, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. All to you. Not all. You fight your own battles here. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good, wait. No, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks, I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate dinner, my movie, my treat. Okay. And this ends the first episode. Bye, everyone. This ends the first episode. Bye, guys.